If you're here right now, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Do you feel it? That subtle pull in your chest, that quiet whisper nudging you to pay attention? It's not by accident you didn't stumble upon this space randomly. Your spirit is drawn to something deeper, something ancient yet timeless. And if you stay until the end of this message, you'll uncover why you are part of something far greater than you might realize. Before we dive into what I believe will profoundly shift how you see yourself and your purpose, let me take a moment to honor you. Yes, you, whether you're tuning in from Africa, the USA, India, England, Canada, or the Philippines. You've shown up, and that matters more than words can express. If this resonates with you so far, drop 888 in the comments below. It's a sacred number symbolizing infinity, balance, and alignment, and share where you're from. Let's connect on a soul level. Now, listen closely. If anything I've shared has ever stirred your heart, consider this your cosmic invitation to go even deeper. By joining our channel club, you aren't just supporting us, you're stepping into a spiritual mission that transcends the ordinary. Every contribution goes directly toward rescuing and caring for innocent lives, dogs who have been abandoned, neglected, or forgotten. This isn't charity, it's an act of energy transformation. Love given returns multiplied, healing both giver and receiver. Together we become protectors of the voiceless, fulfilling a calling written in the stars themselves. Here's the truth. You won't fully grasp the depth of your humanity or your divine connection until you hear me out completely. There's a reason you were guided here today, and it's tied to something extraordinary. If you have the presence of the crescent moon and the letter M on palms, this content will elevate your spiritual path. Ancient papyrus reveals these symbols as celestial signatures, a divine marker pointing to higher wisdom and a spiritual mission encoded within you. But here's my advice. Don't rush off before understanding the full picture. Stay with me, because what comes next could awaken something inside you that changes everything. Trust the process. Trust the journey. Because when you do, you'll understand why being human isn't merely about existing, it's about connecting, serving, and evolving alongside forces far greater than ourselves. So stay. Breathe. Listen. The universe brought you here for a reason. Life often feels like a labyrinth of trials, doesn't it? Moments when the ground beneath you seems to crumble, leaving you questioning everything: your purpose, your worth, even your faith in something greater. But here's the truth that many don't dare to speak aloud: pain is not your enemy. In fact, it's one of the most powerful catalysts for awakening. Like the crescent moon, which waxes even in darkness, chosen people with these signs will find meaning in shadows. Every difficult experience isn't punishment, it's preparation. These symbols and guides remind us that growth thrives in phases of transition. Think about the moments that have shaped you. Was it losing someone you loved deeply? Facing betrayal by someone you trusted completely? Or perhaps enduring years of feeling unseen, unheard, or undervalued? These moments may have felt unbearable at the time, but look closer. What did they teach you? Did they force you to dig deep and discover strength you never knew existed? Did they push you toward people, places, or paths that aligned with your true self? Pain has a way of stripping away illusions, revealing what truly matters. And while no one asks for suffering, those who embrace its lessons find themselves stepping into their destined path with clarity and conviction. Let me share this perspective. Every challenge you face is like a seed planted in fertile soil. At first glance, it might seem insignificant or worse, destructive. But beneath the surface, something extraordinary is happening. Roots are growing stronger, reaching deeper, preparing for the day when new life bursts forth. That's exactly what happens within you during times of hardship. When you allow yourself to move through the discomfort instead of resisting it, you unlock hidden strengths, untapped potential, and dormant gifts that were always meant to be yours. Consider the story of an oak tree. Before it becomes majestic and towering, its roots must struggle against rocks, soil, and storms. Without these obstacles, the tree wouldn't grow strong enough to withstand the winds of time. Similarly, your struggles aren't meant to break you, they're designed to build you. They shape you into someone capable of handling the greatness that awaits. So, the next time life throws you a curveball, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How can I use this to become better, wiser, and more aligned with my purpose? Now, let's talk about destiny, because understanding this concept changes everything. Many believe destiny is some predetermined roadmap laid out before birth, but that's only partially true. Destiny isn't just where you're headed, it's also how you get there. And guess what? The how almost always involves overcoming challenges. Think of it as climbing a mountain. Each step upward requires effort, perseverance, and courage. Some steps feel grueling, even hopeless. Yet each one brings you closer to the summit, a place where the view makes every ounce of struggle worthwhile. Your pain is simply the terrain you must navigate to reach your highest self. But here's the catch: awakening through pain demands intentionality. You can't passively wait for growth to happen, you must actively engage with your experiences. This means leaning into discomfort instead of running from it. It means asking tough questions like, why am I being called to grow now? What lesson am I avoiding? Growth rarely happens in comfort zones, so don't shy away from the fire. Instead, walk through it knowing that on the other side lies transformation. One of the most profound truths about awakening through pain is recognizing that you're never alone in your journey. Whether you call it God, Source, Universe, or simply love, there's a higher power guiding you even when it feels otherwise. Pain often blinds us to this reality, making us feel isolated and abandoned. But here's the secret: the universe doesn't send challenges without also providing tools to overcome them. Look around. Who showed up in your darkest hour? What unexpected opportunity arose after your lowest point? These synchronicities aren't coincidences, they're reminders that you're supported, even when it doesn't feel like it. Another crucial aspect of awakening through pain is learning to reframe your narrative. Too often, we label our struggles as failures or mistakes, believing they define us. But what if you saw them differently? What if you viewed every challenge as a stepping stone toward mastery? Imagine looking back on your life and realizing that every heartbreak, loss, or setback was actually a blessing in disguise, a necessary chapter in your story. Reframing your perspective transforms pain from a burden into a teacher, empowering you to rise above circumstances rather than succumb to them. Of course, none of this is easy. Awakening through pain takes immense courage and vulnerability. There will be days when you want to give up, when the weight feels too heavy to carry. On those days, remember this: you've already survived 100% of your hardest moments. Every single time you've found a way to keep going. That resilience lives within you now, ready to guide you through whatever comes next. Trust it. Trust yourself. Awakening through pain isn't just about personal growth, it's about collective healing. When you emerge from your struggles stronger and wiser, you carry that light into the world. You inspire others to face their own battles with grace and determination. You remind them that they too can rise above their circumstances. This ripple effect creates a chain reaction of love, hope, and empowerment that extends far beyond your individual journey. By embracing your pain and allowing it to awaken you, you contribute to a greater mission, one that uplifts humanity as a whole. So take a moment to reflect. Where are you experiencing pain right now? What lessons might it hold for you? Rather than resisting or denying it, lean in. Ask yourself, how can I use this experience to grow? To serve? To fulfill my purpose? Remember, the universe doesn't waste energy. If you're facing a challenge, it's because you're being prepared for something greater. Stay open. Stay curious. And above all, trust that your pain is paving the way for your awakening. You see, life isn't random. Every tear shed, every sleepless night, every broken dream, it all serves a purpose. And though the road may be rocky, the destination is worth it. Keep moving forward, knowing that with every step, you're becoming the person you were always meant to be. There's a peculiar phenomenon that happens when you carry a divine imprint, a sacred calling etched into your soul. It's as if the universe itself recognizes your presence, responding with both reverence and resistance. If you've ever felt like life seems to conspire against you while simultaneously placing extraordinary opportunities at your feet, know this: it's no coincidence. You are magnetized not just by circumstance, but by destiny. Those who bear this mark naturally attract both light and darkness, becoming beacons for those seeking truth and guidance, yet also drawing envy, opposition, and even hostility from those who fear what they cannot understand. Let's start with the light. When you walk a path aligned with higher purpose, people gravitate toward you without fully understanding why. They may not recognize the divine imprint within you, but they feel its pull, an invisible force that whispers, "This person knows something I need." Strangers confide in you. Friends seek your counsel during their darkest hours. Even acquaintances find themselves inexplicably drawn to your energy, asking questions about life, love, faith, or meaning. This isn't happenstance, it's evidence of your role as a guide, a mirror, a lighthouse for those navigating turbulent waters. Your very existence reminds others of their own potential, awakening dormant parts of their spirit they didn't know were there. But here's the paradox: the same qualities that draw people toward you can also repel them, or worse, provoke them. Have you noticed how some individuals seem threatened by your presence? How they project jealousy, criticism, or outright sabotage onto your journey? This reaction stems from their inability to reconcile your light with their own shadows. People carrying a divine imprint often embody authenticity, courage, and unwavering conviction, traits that shine brightly in a world clouded by fear and conformity. To those trapped in lower vibrations, your radiance can feel blinding, triggering discomfort or defensiveness. Their attempts to dim your light aren't personal, they're reflections of their internal struggles. Recognizing this frees you from taking their actions to heart. Understanding this dynamic is crucial because it shapes how you navigate relationships and challenges. On one hand, you'll encounter countless souls yearning for direction, people hungry for wisdom, healing, and inspiration. These connections will fuel your mission, reminding you why you chose this path in the first place. On the other hand, you'll face adversaries who question your intentions, undermine your efforts, or attempt to derail your progress. Both experiences serve a purpose, sharpening your discernment and deepening your resilience. Together, they form the crucible through which your true power emerges. Consider the concept of polarity: where there is light, there must also be darkness. This principle operates universally, governing everything from nature to human behavior. For those bearing a divine imprint, this duality becomes especially pronounced. Your ability to channel higher truths makes you a conduit for transformation, but transformation rarely occurs without friction. Think of yourself as a diamond being polished. Each challenge, each confrontation with negativity, refines your essence until you gleam with unparalleled brilliance. Without these opposing forces, you wouldn't achieve the clarity and strength needed to fulfill your mission. Yet, embracing this reality requires mastery over your emotions. When faced with envy or opposition, it's easy to fall into the trap of resentment or self-doubt. Resist this temptation. Instead, view such encounters as affirmations of your impact. Would anyone bother opposing you if you weren't making waves? Would anyone envy you if you weren't shining brighter than they expected? Opposition is often a backhanded compliment, signaling that you're stepping into your power. Use it as fuel to rise higher, knowing that every obstacle is simply another opportunity to demonstrate grace under pressure. At the same time, don't underestimate the responsibility that comes with attracting seekers of truth. People look to you not because you have all the answers, but because you reflect the possibility of finding them. Your words, actions, and energy hold immense weight, capable of inspiring breakthroughs or reinforcing doubts. Be mindful of how you wield this influence. Speak with compassion, act with integrity, and lead by example. Remember, your role isn't to befix others, it's to illuminate their path so they can discover their own answers. Trust that the divine imprint within you knows exactly when to guide, when to listen, and when to step aside. Now, let's talk about protection. Navigating the magnetism of the chosen isn't without its risks. Attracting both light and darkness means exposing yourself to energies that can either uplift or drain you. That's why cultivating strong spiritual boundaries is essential. Surround yourself with practices that fortify your spirit: meditation, prayer, journaling, time in nature, or any ritual that reconnects you to your core. These tools act as shields, ensuring that you remain grounded amidst external chaos. Equally important is learning to release toxic influences. Not everyone who crosses your path deserves access to your energy. Discernment is key. Protect your peace fiercely, knowing that maintaining your vibrational frequency allows you to serve others more effectively. Another fascinating aspect of this magnetism lies in its unpredictability. Some days, you'll feel like a magnet for miracles, effortlessly manifesting abundance and alignment. Other days, you'll wonder why challenges seem relentless, testing your patience and resolve. Here's the truth: both states are part of the process. The ebb and flow of attraction mirrors the natural rhythms of life, teaching you to adapt and evolve. Rather than resisting the tide, learn to surf it. Celebrate the victories, yes, but also honor the lessons hidden within setbacks. Each phase contributes to your growth, shaping you into someone capable of holding space for others while standing firmly in your own truth. It's worth noting that the magnetism of the chosen isn't limited to interpersonal dynamics. It extends to circumstances, opportunities, and synchronicities as well. Ever notice how certain events unfold almost magically, aligning perfectly with your goals or desires? Or conversely, how seemingly random obstacles appear out of nowhere, forcing you to pivot or rethink your approach? These occurrences aren't arbitrary, they're orchestrated by the universe to test and refine your alignment. When you trust the process, even the most chaotic moments reveal their purpose, guiding you closer to your ultimate destination. The magnetism of the chosen serves a dual function: it prepares you for greatness while reminding you of humility. Yes, you possess unique gifts and insights, but these aren't meant to inflate your ego. Quite the opposite. They exist to remind you of your interconnectedness with all beings. Every person you meet, whether ally or adversary, plays a role in your journey. Every experience, whether joyful or painful, contributes to your evolution. By embracing this perspective, you transcend the illusion of separation, recognizing that your mission isn't solely about personal achievement. It's about contributing to a collective awakening, one interaction, one moment, one soul at a time. So, how do you navigate this delicate balance between light and darkness? Start by owning your power. Acknowledge the divine imprint within you and commit to nurturing it daily. Surround yourself with supportive communities that amplify your strengths rather than diminishing them. Seek mentors, teachers, or guides who resonate with your vision, offering wisdom gained from their own journeys. Most importantly, trust the process. Even when the road feels uncertain, remember that the universe has placed you exactly where you need to be. Understand this: the magnetism of the chosen isn't a burden, it's a blessing. Though it brings challenges, it also brings unparalleled fulfillment. By leaning into your role as a beacon of light, you inspire others to awaken to their own potential. And though you'll face envy and opposition along the way, know that these forces only strengthen your resolve. Keep shining, keep serving, and above all, keep trusting. Because when you embrace the dance between light and darkness, you step fully into the magnificence of who you were always meant to be. Fear is a masterful illusionist. It disguises itself as protection, whispering lies that keep you small, safe, and stagnant. Yet, if you peel back its mask, you'll find something extraordinary. Fear isn't your enemy, it's a test. A cosmic checkpoint designed to measure your readiness to step into the fullness of who you are. When you overcome fear, you don't just survive, you thrive. You unlock spiritual authority, the kind of power that allows you to manifest your divine purpose with clarity, confidence, and unshakable resolve. But make no mistake, this journey requires courage. It demands that you confront what terrifies you most, not to destroy it, but to transcend it. Let's begin by addressing the nature of fear itself. At its core, fear is an energetic frequency, a vibration that holds you captive in limitation. It thrives on doubt, uncertainty, and the unknown. And yet, these very elements are also the breeding ground for growth. Think about it: every great leap forward in your life has required stepping into unfamiliar territory. Whether it was leaving a toxic relationship, pursuing a dream job, or speaking your truth when silence felt safer, each act of bravery pushed you closer to alignment with your higher self. Fear doesn't exist to stop you, it exists to prepare you. To ensure that when you finally cross the threshold, you're ready to wield the power waiting on the other side. But here's the catch: fear won't let go easily. It will try to convince you that staying put is safer than moving forward. That failure is more dangerous than stagnation. That risking rejection or ridicule is too high a price to pay. These thoughts aren't yours, they're borrowed from a world conditioned to play it safe. The truth? Playing it safe keeps you trapped in mediocrity. It denies you access to the boundless potential within you. Overcoming fear means reclaiming ownership of your mind, refusing to allow external voices or even internalized ones to dictate your path. When you choose courage over comfort, you declare to the universe, "I am ready." Now, consider this: fear isn't just personal, it's collective. When you rise above your own fears, you disrupt the energy field around you, inspiring others to do the same. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, paralyzed by the thought of jumping. Then someone beside you takes the plunge, landing safely below with a triumphant shout. Suddenly, the leap doesn't seem so impossible anymore. This ripple effect is part of your mission. By confronting your fears head-on, you become a living testament to the possibility of transformation. Others see your example and realize they too can break free from their chains. Of course, overcoming fear isn't a one-time event, it's a continuous practice. Each time you face a new challenge, fear will reappear, wearing a different disguise. Maybe it shows up as imposter syndrome when you're offered an opportunity beyond your comfort zone. Or perhaps it masquerades as procrastination, convincing you to delay action until the timing is right. Recognizing these patterns is half the battle. Once you identify fear's tactics, you can disarm them. Ask yourself, what am I truly afraid of? What's the worst that could happen and how likely is it? Often, the answers reveal that fear's bark is far worse than its bite. Here's another profound truth: fear and faith cannot coexist. They occupy opposite ends of the spectrum, pulling you in conflicting directions. When you lean into fear, you shrink. When you lean into faith, you expand. Faith isn't blind optimism, it's trust in the unseen. Trust that the universe has your back. Trust that every step you take toward your dreams is supported by forces far greater than yourself. Faith doesn't eliminate fear entirely, but it gives you the strength to move forward despite it. And with each step, your spiritual authority grows stronger. Spiritual authority is more than confidence, it's sovereignty over your energy. It's the ability to remain centered amidst chaos, to hold space for others without losing yourself, and to create from a place of authenticity rather than approval seeking. When you operate from this state, manifestation becomes effortless. Why? Because you're no longer vibrating at the frequency of lack or limitation. Instead, you radiate abundance, knowing deep down that you are worthy of everything you desire. This shift in energy attracts opportunities, resources, and people aligned with your purpose. In essence, overcoming fear transforms you into a magnet for miracles. However, building spiritual authority requires discipline. It means consistently choosing love over fear, even when the latter feels overwhelming. It means setting boundaries with those who drain your energy or diminish your light. It means cultivating practices that reinforce your connection to Source, whether through meditation, prayer, creative expression, or acts of service. These rituals anchor you in your truth, reminding you that you are divinely guided and infinitely capable. Without them, fear can creep back in, sowing seeds of doubt and hesitation. Stay vigilant. Protect your peace like the precious gift it is. One of the most empowering aspects of stepping beyond fear is realizing that you already possess everything you need to succeed. You don't have to wait for permission, validation, or external approval. Your divine imprint carries all the wisdom, strength, and resilience required to fulfill your mission. The key is trusting yourself enough to act. Too often, we fall into the trap of waiting for the perfect moment, or seeking reassurance from others before taking the next step. But perfection is an illusion and reassurance is fleeting. True power comes from within, from knowing that you are enough exactly as you are. Consider the metaphor of a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. Before it emerges, it must first dissolve completely inside its chrysalis. This process mirrors the dissolution of fear as you shed old beliefs and limitations. It's messy, uncomfortable, and sometimes terrifying, but absolutely necessary. Without this breakdown, there can be no breakthrough. Similarly, every time you face your fears, you undergo a metamorphosis. You shed layers of doubt, insecurity, and self-sabotage, emerging lighter, freer, and more aligned with your true essence. With each transformation, your capacity to manifest expands exponentially. Yet, it's important to acknowledge that fear serves a purpose even after you've begun mastering it. Like pain, fear is a teacher. It alerts you to areas where growth is needed, highlighting patterns or behaviors that no longer serve you. Rather than resisting it, thank it. Say aloud, "Thank you for showing me where I need to grow." Then take action. Every time you address the root cause of your fear, you strengthen your spiritual muscles, becoming more adept at navigating life's challenges. Over time, fear loses its grip, replaced by a sense of calm certainty that guides your decisions and actions. At last, stepping beyond fear isn't just about personal liberation, it's about contributing to the collective awakening. As you embody courage, you inspire others to do the same. Your willingness to face your shadows creates a ripple effect, encouraging those around you to confront their own. Together, you form a network of light workers, united by the shared goal of elevating humanity's consciousness. This interconnectedness amplifies your impact, multiplying the effects of your efforts tenfold. When you rise, the world rises with you.